channel. Hope you're all doing well. John here. As you know, I'm now going into monthly, kind of a month planner, where I'll record and upload every 3 days. I think I'm doing it every 3 days. And this is the first of the Mega Drive playlist type thing. But this one isn't going to be a game to start off with. This is just going to be a little kind of quick kind of chat of the kind of games that I used to play when I had my Mega Drive hooked up when I was a wee kid. But when I say wee kid, I mean 15, 16, 17, that kind of area. First game obviously being Columns. Everyone had Columns. There was that cartridge, weren't there, that had the 3 games. It had, I think it was Super Hang-On, Space Harrier 2, and Columns. So everyone played those kind of games. That was like your first kind of Mega Drive kind of game, with those 3. And I played all 3 of them. They're all in this list that I'm doing, so I'll get them out of the way now. I love Space Harrier 2. I've got it on my Game Gear as well. It's a brilliant game. Just bashing the button, moving the control pad, bashing the button, bashing the button, bash button. It's just a brilliant type of game for that. Super Hang-On was brilliant. I thought the graphics on that was so good as a kid. I honestly thought, they looked really lifelike bikes, and to look at it back now, it's so cheesy how they look. It is unreal. You can get many decent games now with bikes that look way better and control way better. I mean, with Super Hang-On, I remember you press the button to the left or the right. Excuse my phone going off. You press the button to the left and right, and it doesn't do anything. So you press it again, and it tilts slightly, and you press it again, it tilts slightly more, and by the time you've held the button down, you've completely tilted. But because you're completely tilted, you would go almost at a right angle to the screen, and it was just, the controls were terrible, but it was so much fun. Columns, like I say, I loved Columns. That was Sega's version of Tetris. And apparently in this emulator I've actually got a Tetris game for the Mega Drive, because they did release it for the Mega Drive, which I was unaware of. A very rare game apparently to get the actual cartridge of, on original format. But I used to love playing Columns on my Game Gear mainly, but I also had it on SNES obviously. Another one was Eternal Champions. I love the Eternal Champions, that beat 'em up where it was like all people from all over time and history and future, all battling out for the kind of good of, battle between good and evil type thing. And you had one that was like a vampire kind of zombie type thing. He was my favourite character. So yeah, I love my beat 'em ups. Beat 'em ups for me on old retro consoles are the best. They're just as good now, if not better now. But yeah, beat 'em ups are just when you only had a couple of buttons to choose from. So you had a limited combination kind of set that you could do. It was just brilliant. Whereas now you can have endless combinations and stuff. It's kind of, I think it kind of spoils the fun a little bit. But I had Mortal Kombat 1, 2 and 3. Apparently you could get Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 for it, but I never had that for my Mega Drive. I only had 1, 2 and 3. I had UMK3 for the SNES instead. So there was those. Obviously everyone knows all about Mortal Kombat, no reason to go into detail there. The Shaq Fu was another beat 'em up kind of thing, where it was like a kung fu type game, but all kind of basketball stars and stuff like that, with Shaquille O'Neal. Obviously, you got all the Sonics. I've just played Sonic on Steam because I bought the emulated Steam version, and it looks brilliant. When you go into the menus, it is all set up like a bedroom, and you got like the TV and a Mega Drive, and a stereo system and a shelf unit for the games to go on. It looks brilliant. Got like posters of like old retro Sega games, and you can control everything by going into the different sections. It's a brilliant kind of idea that they've done it with. But obviously I've got the emulator, normal emulators for Sonic, and I've got all the Sonics on that, I think. Another good one, Streets of Rage, with Axel and Rose. I think it was Rose, I can't remember, but it's definitely Axel. And that's the whole side roller. From what I've gathered, they've are bringing out a new one, or they have brought out a new one, depending on when you're watching this. Done in a more modern style graphics, but kind of honouring the old retro style. Still going to be a side-scrolling kind of street beat-em-up type thing. Another good one was X-Men, where you could play Gambit or Cyclops or Nightcrawler. I can't remember who the other characters were on that, but I've got that on an emulator, so I'll be playing that at some point. It's like when you die, you don't die kind of thing. You get like Jean Grey kind of beams you up, like a little ray comes out of her forehead and he capsulates you in a circle and beams you up into the platform again. I never could quite understand the concept of it, because it was keep kind of switching kind of scenes and levels and so on. So it was a bit weird to play, but it was absolutely fun to play as well though. And very bright and vibrant, very much in the style of the X-Men animated cartoons, very much the animated series that was out at the same time. And then of course there's your wonderful Rise of the Robots. I did like the game for the way it looked, not because of the way it played. The way it played was terrible, but the graphics on it were pretty decent at the time. But the fighting mechanism and the AI was so clunky, you were kind of like, You know, it wasn't a smooth kind of from one to the other, like really jerky. And the AI on it was kind of like just repeating the same thing over and over again. If you could work out its combinations, you could easily beat it, or depending on what level it was on. So yeah, they were the main games that I played on my Mega Drive. I didn't have a huge amount of games for the Mega Drive, because by the time I got around to playing the Mega Drive, stuff like the Xbox and the PlayStation had come out. So I'd kind of like gone more to them than anything else. I was always much more of a SNES fan anyway, and I had way more games on SNES, and they kind of overlapped it anyway. Most of the time, back in the day, you just had, it's similar to like today's, but whereas like now, you have like exclusives. You don't really get that as much in retro consoles. A company will bring out a game, but they'll bring it out for all formats. They'll bring it out for the SNES, for the NES, the Mega Drive, the Master System, the Game Gear, the Sega Saturn, the Sega CD, you know, the N64. But they were just released every game for every single console all at once. It's crazy. I'll say they were the games that I played mostly on the Sega Mega Drive. They will be some of the games that I play more in this playlist. I will pay more attention to these games than I do with the other games. But I've got a huge list, and I intend on trying to work my way through as much of it as possible. Trying to create 2 playlists, not for you, as in for me, like 2 folders. one of the games that I can't play or were just stupid and pointless, and another one with the games that I did enjoy playing, so I can go back to that one over and over and over again. I'll do the same with the SNES folder. I've got other game kind of emulators. I've got a Mega Drive, I've got SNES, I've got a NES, I've not long got an N64, I've got Game Gear, I've got a Master System, I've got some other kind of consoles, but I need to free up space on my hard drive before I can do that. So I need to buy myself a new external hard drive to rearrange all my stuff. I've got so much junk, it is unreal. Just stuff flying around everywhere in my system. You know, I've got like a 2 terabyte hard drive, I've got a 1 terabyte hard drive, all external. I've got my PC's hard drive's only 160 gig, so I'm trying not to use that much. That's kind of like an emergency kind of backup kind of thing. But I need to buy more hard drives because I'm running out of space. Anyway, I'm ranting now, so I'm going to leave it here. And I hope to see you all in another video, hopefully in 3 days' time. Like, share, subscribe, comment, do the bell thing, do all that lot if you really want to. It would mean so much to me if you did. You know, I've only got a few dozen, I've got less than 3 dozen subscribers at the moment. At the time that this goes out. You know, so it's not a lot. You know, I'm not trying to be the next big thing or anything, but you know, it'd be nice to know that I'm reaching out to a few more people than what I am already. So I'll see you all in another video. Bye.